Welcome back to the Rooted Wild podcast. I'm Katherine Winkles, a certified recreation therapist and therapeutic horticulture ally. This space is where we explore nervous system care, recreation therapy, and sustainable ways of living well through nature, movement, creativity, rest, and compassionate self-understanding. Today's episode is about something that becomes especially important during times of change. This episode is called Creativity in Times of Loss, Transition, and Change. Because change is one of the few things every human life shares. Sometimes change arrives gently, like the slow turning of seasons. Other times it feels sudden and disorienting, more like a storm that reshapes the landscape overnight. Transitions might include changes in health, shifts in identity, career changes, relationship changes, aging, relocation, grief, or simply the realization that life is moving in a different direction than we expected. And during these times, creativity can become a powerful way to stay connected to ourselves. Before we talk about creativity, take a moment to think about a recent change in your life. It might be something large or something subtle. Now imagine how landscapes change over time. A forest after a fire, a river carving a new path through rock, a meadow shifting with the seasons. Nature rarely resists change. It adapts. Creativity can help us do something similar, not by forcing resolution, but by giving us space to express and process what's unfolding. Let's take a look at creativity as a human capacity. Creativity is often misunderstood as something reserved for artists, but in reality, creativity is a function of the human nervous system. From a neuropsychological perspective, creative engagement activates networks associated with emotional processing, memory integration, problem solving, and meaning making. Research shows that creative activities can reduce stress hormones, increase dopamine, improve mood, and support emotional regulation. Creativity allows experiences that are difficult to articulate in words to be expressed in other ways. And during times of transition, that expression can help the nervous system move through uncertainty rather than becoming stuck in it. Creativity and the seasons of life. Nature offers helpful metaphors for understanding change. Winter landscapes may appear quiet or dormant, but beneath the soil there is still activity. Roots storing energy, seeds waiting for the right conditions. Human life also moves through seasons. There are times of growth and expansion, times of harvest and clarity, and times of rest, uncertainty, or transformation. Creative expression allows us to remain connected to ourselves throughout these seasons. It creates space for reflection without requiring immediate answers. Creativity and the nervous system. Creative activity can help regulate the nervous system in several ways. First, it encourages present moment attention, which reduces rumination and stress. Second, it also involves rhythm and repetition, which can activate calming parasympathetic responses. Third, creative expression provides agency, the sense that we can shape something in the midst of uncertainty. For individuals navigating loss or change, this sense of agency can be deeply stabilizing. The goal of creativity in these moments is not perfection. It's expression and exploration. Here are some accessible ways to reconnect with creativity. Creative engagement does not require special training or expensive materials. Many creative practices are simple and low barrier. Examples include journaling, sketching, photography, music listening or making, collage, gardening, nature observation, and creative writing. Even activities like rearranging objects in a space or cooking a meal creatively can engage the brain's creative networks. The key question is not, is this good art? The question is, does this help me express or explore something I'm experiencing? One of my favorite low-barrier creative practices is blind contour drawing, especially when done outdoors. This exercise works beautifully for people who believe they aren't artistic. Here's how it works. Choose a natural object, a leaf, a branch, a tree, a rock, or even the pattern of clouds. Place your pen on paper, then slowly trace the outline of the object with your eyes, while allowing your hand to move across the paper without looking down. Your drawing will likely look unusual, maybe even abstract, but that's not the point. Blind contour drawing shifts the brain away from judgment and toward curiosity and observation. It encourages deep attention to the natural world. And it often creates a moment when people realize they're allowed to create without having to evaluate themselves. This exercise also connects beautifully with nature. Just like landscapes, the lines that appear on the page may be imperfect, wandering, and unpredictable, and that's part of the beauty. Creativity as witness. During times of change, creativity can act as a witness to our experience. A sketch, a poem, a photograph, or a journal entry may capture moments that words alone cannot hold. Over time, these creative traces become a record of transformation. Just as tree rings record the seasons a tree has lived through, creative expression can record the seasons of our own lives. I highly encourage dating journal entries, dating drawings, even poems, so you can see where they fall amongst your own timeline. Take a moment to consider. What forms of creativity have felt meaningful to you in the past? Are there small ways creativity might re-enter your life now? Maybe it's 5 minutes of sketching. Maybe it's a photo during a walk. Maybe it's writing a few lines in a notebook. Creativity doesn't need to solve change. Sometimes it simply helps us sit with it. Life will always include moments of transition. Creativity offers a way to stay connected to yourself while the landscape shifts. If you'd like to explore more creative grounding exercises, guided practices, and recreation therapy resources, you can visit rootedwildretreats.com. You can also follow along on Instagram, where I share additional tools for nervous system care, creative engagement, and nature-based wellness. And if this episode resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need a gentle reminder that creativity belongs to everyone. Until next time, stay wild.